Hey everyone, and happy hump day. Welcome to Step by Step Transformations. I pray all is well in your respective worlds, and I pray that you are having a blessed week. So far, it is fall. It is the last day of the month, September 30th, as we prepare to move into the last, quarter of the year, October, November, December. Yes. So we want to definitely, try and make it better than the previous 3 quarters, although it's been challenging. And so I just pray that you're continuing to stay safe, that you are continuing to abide by the rules in your local community. As far as wearing the mask, it's not necessarily just to protect you, it's to protect those around you, and to care for one another, love one another. And this is how we show that we love one another, by being obedient. And so those of us who are believers, we have to set the example. We have to you know again, set the example, and trust, knowing that we're here for a reason, not sure why, but trusting that God is in control, and that we are just needing to continue to look to him. So anyway, I would like to continue my discussion or talk on living with intention. And so what I'm going to talk about today is how you should be living with intention when it comes to family, health, and finance. So regardless of your other goals that you have in life, all of us human beings, we need to pay attention to our relationships with family and friends, our health, and our finances. So that's what we're going to get into. So sit back and relax, get your pen and paper out so you can take some notes, and stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey, so before we dive right in, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Natalie, and I'm a Christian life coach. I work with working women like you to accomplish the goals that you actually care about. I show you how to get back on track, set your dream goals, and reach those goals by developing the laser focused and direct impact steps that will get you there. We work together using my customized signature coaching process and action plan. So, this is who I am. Feel free to reach out if you're ready to get from where you are to where you want to be. Thank you. All right, so let's get right into it. We're going to talk about, as I indicated, living it with intention when it comes to family, health, and finance. So we're going to first start with family and friends. So humans are social animals. Yes, we are. And loneliness is as dangerous to our health as smoking. No matter what else might be going on in your life, it's important to nurture close relationships with your family or chosen family and friends. Whatever you do, whatever else you do with your life, make time to reach out to the people who are close to you. If you don't have enough people who matter to you, join a club, a team, or a volunteer group, and start making friends. Also, um, uh, if you have a local church, you want to start building relationships. And I can definitely share this as a person who's an introvert. It is very much easy for me to go to work and come home, chill. I am okay with that. Life is good. However, as a believer, as a follower of Christ, one of the things that I know is that he did not intend for us to be to not need one another, and to just live alone in a life of solitude, because I cannot be blessed by others, and I cannot bless others with what he's blessed me with, my gifts and talents. And so there's things that I enjoy doing. I enjoy reading, so I'm part of a book club. If you like to if you like to exercise, or if you like cooking, or if you like dancing, there are so many things. Of course, right now we're in a pandemic, so a lot of things that are happening are, much more virtual. So, like my book club, we meet on a virtual basis since March, I think, or April. So, with that said, my point is we have to do the work to build a relationship. And so it takes, effort on both sides. So if you happen to be a married person, you understand and you know that, it takes work to maintain that relationship. Well, I also, as a single person, I think that in order to maintain my friendships, I have to, do just the same amount of work as they do in order to maintain those relationships. So anyway, the point is, make sure whatever relationships that you have, if they're healthy, and if they are loving and caring for you, that you're nurturing, that you're putting in the effort, that you're reaching out, you are checking on people and making sure that they're okay. And I pray that they're doing the same for you. Okay. All right. So let's move on to health. No matter what your other life goals are, they will be easier to achieve if you stay in good health. Now, by being intentional in what you eat, how you move, and how you take care of yourself, you can stay healthy and have energy to spare for whatever else you wish to achieve in your life. While books, magazines, social media, and the internet are filled with elaborate and complicated prescriptions for exercises, diets, and life hacks to reach optimum fitness, looking after your health doesn't need to be complicated. The 5 biggest things you can do to optimize your health are: get enough sleep, exercise regularly, eat well, see your doctor regularly, and build strong relationships with your friends and family. Okay? So let's look at sleep. Adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. Children and teens need more. Even though we all know how much better we feel when we are caught up on sleep, it's all too easy to sit browsing the internet, watching late night TV, or fighting through one last battle in a video game rather than getting to bed on time. If you make only one intentional change in your life, let it be prioritizing a good night's sleep. A chronic lack of sleep contributes to serious health problems such as obesity, diabetes, and health disease, increases your risk of mood disorders, and lowers your productivity. In fact, even missing just an hour or 2 of sleep can lower your ability to drive a car as much as driving after a drink or 2. Now, to start improving your sleep habits, set a bedtime alarm to 9 hours before you have to wake up. When it goes off, head to bed. Many people find bedtime rituals such as drinking herbal tea, practicing deep breathing, reading a soothing book, taking a warm bath, or smelling calm essential oils help them to drift off to sleep. If you find that you just can't sleep, or you are getting 7 to 9 hours and are still waking up tired, you want to talk to your doctors. Doctors may have many tools that can help you get the rest that you need. And I will tell you, I make sure to get at least 7 hours of sleep a night. I have found, as in my late 40s, I've probably been doing this now for the past 4 or 5 years. It has made all the difference in my life to make sure that I get that. Once I turned 40, for those of us who you might relate to this, after 4 hours, I was waking up. It didn't matter what. I could be tired as I don't know what. After 4 hours, I was waking up. And I was going to the bathroom, and then it may take me about an hour or so to get back to sleep. And, I didn't quite understand what was happening, and then I, was talking to other people, it's just part of that change. And so, but I also too wasn't necessarily going to bed at a decent hour. There were some other things that I had to stop doing, and I had to make some, specific changes. So, although now I do still wake up, probably after 4 hours, but I now go right back to sleep. If I do get up to use the bathroom, I go get in the bed, I go right back to sleep. So I'm not staying up, an additional time. So, scrolling through my phone or turn on the TV, watching an episode of the show that I have recorded. I find it very, very, soothing for me, to make sure to get to sleep. So I can't stress that enough. Yes, make sure you sleep. Exercise. Exercise is the closest thing there is to the fountain of youth. Exercise keeps you young, boosts your memory and cognitive abilities, and improves almost all measures of physical and mental health. Yet, only around 20% of Americans get minimum recommended amount of exercise each week, which is equal to a 20 to 30-minute walk per day, or 150 minutes per week of brisk movement. If you aren't getting this much movement each week, start today. Adding even a little movement to your week will make everything else you are trying to do that much easier. And I will tell you, for a lot of folks, myself included, constant exercise is it's a battle. It's a challenge. It's just not something that is just innate in my lifestyle. So it's something I have to really force myself to do, unfortunately, even the things that I like. And so now that we're in a pandemic, it's even worse. But I will tell you, and I will say this, and I'm sure this is a reminder, with all this technology that we have, YouTube, and you can stream stuff to your TV, you can get some exercise routines if just work out at home. If you don't want to walk in your neighborhood, or, if it's, the fall is coming, more rain and things of that nature is getting cooler, you can, walk in your house, walk around your house, just be a little bit more active. The point is, let's not allow, this pandemic to keep us from exercising. And I'm not just speaking to you, I am definitely speaking to myself. So I just wanted to say that. All right, regular checkups. Regular checkups are an important step in looking after your health. Through regular checkups, your doctor can monitor your cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, and other important health measures. Keep your vaccines up to date and spot potential health problems early. Be sure to visit your doctor at least once a year. In addition to an annual checkup with your doctor, it's also important to visit the dentist twice a year and the eye doctor every 1 to 2 years. While these visits can be expensive, staying on top of your health is much like owning a car. In the long run, regular maintenance is far cheaper and more effective than waiting until there is an emergency breakdown. So again, being intentional, I would also say that you should be in tune with your body, and knowing when things change, or knowing when something is not right, something feels different or looks different. If you see that, notice that, hey, don't just dismiss it. It could be something, it could be nothing, or it could be something, but you'll never know until you, do a little investigation. So, those of you who can afford it, hopefully you are getting, the checkups. And, those of you who can't, there's local clinics. If you need to call and find out, they may have a sliding scale type option for you. So anyway, let's just, be intentional about that. All right, food. Just as cars run on gasoline, we run on the food we eat. No matter what you wish to accomplish in the world, eating quality fuel will help you get it done. Eating well boosts your health, mood, brain power, energy, and appearance. It helps ward off most serious diseases. In fact, research suggests that as many as 1 in 5 deaths globally could be prevented by improving what people eat. Even more shocking is that over half of those deaths are related to just 3 factors. Too much salt, not enough fruit, and not enough whole grains. If you want to maximize your health and well-being, add a vegetable or a piece of fruit to every meal. Switch to whole grains instead of white flour and white rice. And eat less salt. Packaged foods is the biggest contributor to salt in our diets. It's easy. It's that easy. For bonus points, consume less red meat, saturated fat, alcohol, and sugary beverages. Also, too, I would suggest, especially in the United States, to consume less sugar. There are a lot of, we have a lot of products that have a lot of salt in them as well as a lot of sugar. So, if you need to, speak with your doctor or get with a nutritionist or a health coach or, search on the internet. There are some great ideas, some great recipes, to help you along your journey of living with intention. So let's talk about finances. It's hard to live an intentional life if you don't know what's in your bank account or if your debt is out of control. A key element of living an intentional life is getting and keeping your finances in order. For many people, finances can be intimidating, but they don't have to be. If you can handle some basic math, you already have all the skills you need. So here are some tips to help you get your finances under control. Track your spending. Without knowing where your money goes, it's hard to make a budget you can stick to. Spend 1 month writing down every single dime you spend, including regular charges such as rent, recurring bills, debt payment. At the end of the month, sort everything into categories and add up the totals. Once you see where your money goes, it's easier to see where you can cut back. Make a budget. Once you have an idea where your money goes, it's time to make a budget. Simply write down all the charges you can't change, like your rent or your mortgage, your phone bill, your utilities, car note, etc. And decide how much you can spend on the rest. Don't forget to put away a bit for seasonal expenditures such as vacations and holiday spending. Plan to pay down your debt as quickly as you reasonably can, and then start saving a little bit every month so you don't have to go into debt again. Plan for the future. Part of living an intentional life is thinking about how you want to live and take concrete steps to get there. Depending on your age, many of your choices may be geared toward the near future and where you want to be in 5 or 10 years. However, it's also important to think about how you want to live in your old age and how you will pay for it. Ideally, you will start a retirement savings account, such as a 401k in the U.S., as soon as you start working. If you haven't done that, the next best time to start saving is today. Even a few dollars saved each month will add up over time. And I will say, a lot of companies who do offer company match, some is, 2 and 4%. If you are not taking advantage of that, you are leaving free money on the table. So if 4% of your income is you put into a 401k, that same 4%, the company is going to put that much in there for you as well. And that's yours to keep. And as, each month, as it accrues and interest earns, that money is yours. So by you not putting anything in there or not even doing a company match, you're leaving money on the table. So I highly encourage you to definitely do that. Look into that. Plan for the worst case scenario. You might not want to think about what will happen if you or a loved one gets hurt, has an accident, or passes away. Yet death is inevitable, and illness and accidents can happen at any time. This is life. It might not be fun, but it's important to make a will and keep your insurance, health, life, and property up to date. No matter how old you are or how small your estate is, a bit of pre-planning on your end is the kindest thing you can do for your family if something should happen to you. If you, don't have an estate attorney, or I know that some companies offer as a benefit like the prepaid type legal services where you can set that up. It may seem scary. You may think, oh, I'm, wishing something on myself, by protecting. No, you're not, honestly. We're all going to die. So it's just a matter of when, and we don't know when. And you're not going to rush it because you are planning for, something to happen to you. But as I indicated, the kindest thing you can do is when something does happen to you, your family has to step in. They can come in and they see that all these things are prepared. Of course, you will let someone know that you trust. That's less of a burden that they have to try and to, come out their pocket to assist. So again, we have to, plan for the worst. You will have peace of mind, I promise you. So in conclusion here, when you live with intention, you are able to take control of how you spend your time, what you strive for, and how you connect with what is most valuable to you. It takes work to think through your wants, needs, values, and goals. But once you have, you can seize what is most important in every moment. Okay? So I hope that you found the information presented this week on living with intention useful and beneficial, and that you will take some things in here that you learn and act on them. And so I would encourage you, if you have some questions or, if you want some guidance on how you can, start living with intention because you don't believe that you are. In certain areas of life, because you may be struggling in one area and finding the other. I encourage you to, set up a discovery call with me. My calendar is open, so that way we can talk through how I may be able to assist you in living that life of intention that you want. Also, if you haven't had an opportunity to download my freebie, it's a workbook on identifying your values in order to achieve your goals. That is available as well. So both the link for setting up a discovery call as well as the link for the workbook are either in the description box or in the bio. So click them both. They both will take you to the page where you will either sign up and pick the time that's available for you, or where you can immediately download the workbook. So I thank you very much for your time, and I pray that the rest of your day and the rest of your week as well, and that you get some rest this weekend, and enjoy your time as we move into another month in October. And I believe I'm looking at, for the month of October, if I'm not mistaken, I am looking at obstacles for the entire month and how we can work through them. So stay tuned. Until next time, take care and God bless.